So for the week 9 Python tutorial, we're just going to further our knowledge of if, else and elif statements. And there's an example here where we effectively what the code does is compare two values, two numbers, and see if one is greater than the other, and we use an if and an else statement here. So I have this set up already for myself in the Mu environment, and you can see here there's a couple of things going on. So remember, anything with a hash in front of it, that represents just text or annotation, and basically notes for me to just explain the code of what effectively I've done here. I have a variable a which I've set the value to 10. I've also created another variable here called input value. And if you remember from previous examples, we use float, which basically turns a number into a number with a decimal place. Effectively, it's no longer treated as a whole number. And we have input, which we used last week as well, and which asks us to input some form of data. And we have this statement: please enter the value between 1 to 20. And then we have our if statement. So if input value is greater than or equal to a, it will print the following statement. And notice the printing the statement, it has a string here, but along the string it has a percentage symbol with an s in the middle and at the end. And effectively what that does is it allows us to put in a multitude of variables along a string of text. So it's a different way than like putting a bit of text, then using the plus symbol, adding another string of text, adding the plus symbol, adding a variable, and so on. So everywhere you see a percentage sign with an S, it allows us to input these variables. And I have these variables set up here as input value, and then we just list out the variables at the end. So input value, and that's whatever number I put in, and then also a as well. So a is going to go in at the second one there, and the input value is going to go on the first one. And then for the else statement, else print input value, and you can see there I have the percentage sign and the s, and then the percentage sign and the s, so that's going to go in there. So if I run that there, it's first going to ask me to input a value. So I'm going to say, for argument's sake, I'm going to put in the value of 6, press enter, and then it says input value 6 is less than 10. And you see there that's it's basically comparing the value. So if input value is greater than or equal to a, it'll print the first statement, which it's not, because a is 10, so it's less than 10. So it's going to print the, or it's going to go to else, which will print input values are input value, which is percentage s, which represents input value here, and in this case is 6 is less than a, which is 10. Okay, so that's essentially what's going on there, and how that piece of code works there. Okay.